People know the value of time and protect it fiercely. They focus on their big rocks first, the essential tasks that will move them closer to their goals. They're not about working hard, they're about working smart. Here's a truth. Successful people surround themselves with the right people. They understand that who you spend time with can dramatically impact your success. Have you ever noticed how successful people gravitate toward other successful people? It's not by accident. They seek out mentors, colleagues, and friends who challenge them to think bigger, work harder, and be better. This habit of surrounding yourself with positive, motivated people can elevate your mindset and push you to new heights. Your circle can either lift you or limit you. The next habit is the power of gratitude. Now, you might be thinking, gratitude? How is that related to success? Well, it's everything. Successful people have mastered the art of gratitude because it shifts their mindset from scarcity to abundance. Instead of focusing on what they lack, they focus on what they have. This perspective creates positivity, fosters resilience, and opens the door to even more opportunities. Gratitude grounds them, reminding them of the blessings they already possess. It's a simple habit that has a profound effect on their overall mindset and success. The final habit we'll explore today is taking massive action. Dreaming about success is one thing. Taking action is what separates the successful from the rest. Successful people don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it. They take consistent, decisive action toward their goals, no matter how small those steps might seem. Waiting for everything to be perfect is a trap that keeps many people stuck. Successful people know that action leads to momentum, and momentum is what propels them toward their vision. They're not afraid of failure, because they know it's just a step toward success. One of the greatest secrets to success is the ability to manage time effectively. We all have 24 hours in a day, but the way we use those hours can make all the difference. Successful people don't waste time. They prioritize it. Every day is mapped out in a way that maximizes productivity and minimizes distractions. How do they do it? By creating schedules, setting boundaries, and saying no to things that don't align with their goals. If you want to live a life of success, you must respect time like a precious resource. Time is the one thing that once lost can never be regained. In fact, successful people are highly intentional about how they spend their time. They don't just fill their day with tasks. Everything they do has a purpose. Imagine waking up every day knowing exactly what needs to be done and executing it with precision. No unnecessary tasks, no wasted energy. They know that time is the most valuable asset they have, and they invest it wisely. Whether it's networking, learning, or working on personal projects, they treat time like gold. And this mindset is what propels them forward. It's about being busy with purpose, not just being busy for the sake of it. Another critical habit that often goes unnoticed is the ability to delegate. Successful people know they cannot do everything alone, and they don't try to. They surround themselves with a strong team of skilled individuals, each with their own expertise. The key here is trust. Trusting others to handle tasks that don't require your immediate attention, and trusting that they'll do it well. When you delegate effectively, you free up your own time to focus on what truly matters. By surrounding yourself with talented individuals and trusting them to do their part, you expand your capacity to achieve even more. But what about your mindset? Successful people have learned to control their thoughts and emotions. It's not about being positive all the time. It's about maintaining a growth mindset. This means embracing challenges, learning from criticism, and always looking for ways to improve. When they encounter obstacles, they don't shrink away in fear or frustration. Instead, they rise to the occasion, seeing every challenge as an opportunity to become stronger and smarter. This mindset shift is a game changer because it enables them to persist, even when the going gets tough. Success is built on the foundation of mental resilience and flexibility. Speaking of challenges, successful people also know when to take calculated risks. In fact, they thrive on taking risks that align with their goals. This doesn't mean they're reckless, but rather that they're willing to step outside of their comfort zones and embrace uncertainty. Think about it. Without risk, there's no reward. Successful individuals understand this fundamental truth. They take calculated risks, armed with research, strategy, and confidence in their ability to learn from any potential failure. This willingness to take bold actions often sets them apart from those who play it safe. And then there's the habit of practicing self-discipline. You might think that successful people have some magical ability to stay on track, but in reality they've developed a habit of self-control. They resist temptations and distractions, especially when it comes to their goals. By consistently making decisions that align with their long-term vision, even when it's hard. Success requires the ability to stay disciplined, to keep moving forward, even when the initial excitement wears off. It's not about willpower alone. It's about creating systems and routines that support the behavior you want to cultivate. It's easy to start strong, but consistency is what builds real success. Another essential habit is practicing the art of effective communication. Successful people know how to express their ideas clearly and listen actively. They don't just talk, they connect. Whether it's leading a team, building relationships, or negotiating deals, they understand the power of words and their ability to influence. Being a great communicator is not just about speaking well, it's about being a good listener too. People don't want to just be heard. They want to feel understood. Successful individuals foster genuine connections with others through active listening, empathy, and articulate expression, building trust and creating opportunities along the way. Let's talk about the habit of being proactive. Success is not about reacting to life's circumstances. It's about taking the lead and shaping your future. Successful people don't wait for opportunities to fall into their laps. They go out and create them. They take charge of their destiny and make decisions that drive them closer to their goals. Whether it's starting a business, pursuing a new career, or creating a personal project, they are always looking for ways to take action and move forward. When they see a gap in the market or an opportunity for growth, they don't hesitate. They act. The next powerful habit is maintaining a high level of emotional intelligence tech. Successful people understand that emotions play a huge role in how they make decisions, interact with others, and manage stress. By developing emotional intelligence, they become better leaders, better communicators, and better at managing their own internal state. They know how to recognize and regulate their emotions, which allows them to stay calm under pressure, make rational decisions, and inspire those around them. When you cultivate emotional intelligence, you develop a level of self-awareness that enhances every aspect of your life. Lastly, successful individuals know the importance of giving back. While success is often seen as an individual journey, the most successful people understand that real fulfillment comes from contributing to the greater good. They share their knowledge, wealth, and resources to help others achieve their goals. Whether it's mentoring someone, donating to charity, or simply offering guidance to someone in need, successful people know that success is most meaningful when it's shared. This habit not only benefits others but also enriches their own lives, bringing a deeper sense of purpose and satisfaction. One of the most overlooked yet vital habits of successful people is the ability to consistently show up. No matter the circumstances, success isn't about having the perfect conditions or waiting for inspiration to strike. It's about committing to the process, rain or shine. Successful individuals have this unwavering discipline to show up every day, even when they don't feel like it. It's easy to work when motivation is high, but it's the consistency in the tough times that separates the successful from the rest. When life throws challenges their way, they don't shrink back. They push forward, knowing that every day of effort counts. This brings us to another powerful habit, persistence. When setbacks come knocking, and they will, successful people don't quit, they persist. In fact, they embrace the struggle. They understand that success is a long game, and it requires a level of determination that few are willing to commit to. They get knocked down, but they get back up again and again. Every rejection, every failure, and every roadblock only fuels their drive to keep going. They understand that success is not defined by avoiding failure, but by how many times they can pick themselves up after falling. It's persistence that creates breakthroughs. Successful individuals also know how to prioritize their mental health. In a world that often glorifies busyness and burnout, they've learned the art of balancing hard work with relaxation. They understand that in order to perform at their highest level, they need to be mentally and emotionally well. This might mean taking a break, meditating, or simply disconnecting from work for a few hours. Mental well-being is a cornerstone of long-term success. When you're well-rested, mentally focused, and emotionally balanced, you're more creative, productive, and resilient in the face of challenges. Now, let's talk about the power of saying no. Have you ever found yourself stretched too thin, trying to please everyone and take on too many tasks? Successful people know that saying no is just as important as saying yes. They don't let the demands of others dictate their schedule. They understand the power of protecting their time and energy. By saying no to distractions, They can say yes to what truly matters. This habit helps them maintain focus and energy on their core objectives, rather than being bogged down by obligations that don't serve their bigger goals. This ties into another important habit, the ability to manage and overcome distractions. In the digital age, distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, notifications. It's easy to get pulled in 1,000 different directions. Successful people, however, have mastered the art of blocking out distractions. They know how to create environments that foster focus, such as turning off notifications, setting specific times to check emails, or working in distraction-free zones. They make a conscious effort to protect their attention, knowing that every moment spent distracted is a moment lost. The ability to stay focused is a superpower in the world of success. Successful people also know the importance of reflecting regularly. They don't simply rush through life. They take time to pause and reflect. This habit of reflection allows them to assess their progress, learn from their experiences, and make necessary adjustments. Whether it's a weekly review of their goals or daily journaling to track their thoughts and feelings, reflection helps them stay on course. It gives them the clarity to determine what's working and what isn't. Without reflection, it's easy to get stuck in a cycle of doing without direction. Success isn't just about starting strong. It's about having the strength to endure through tough times. Successful people develop a mindset that refuses to give up. They might face setbacks or criticism, but they keep going, learning, and improving. It's this kind of perseverance that eventually leads them to the success they desire. Moreover, successful people take responsibility for their actions. They don't blame external factors or other people for their failure. Instead, they look within and ask themselves, what could I have done differently? This accountability is crucial for growth. By owning their mistakes and learning from them, successful individuals become better decision makers and avoid making the same errors in the future. They don't make excuses, they make progress. This habit of personal responsibility is foundational to success because it empowers them to take control of their lives and their outcomes. They also prioritize networking and building meaningful relationships. Success is not a solo journey. It's about connecting with others who can provide value, insight, and support. Successful people understand the importance of surrounding themselves with a network of like-minded individuals who can offer guidance and opportunities. But it's not just about collecting business cards or making superficial connections. It's about forming genuine relationships built on trust and mutual respect. These connections provide them with resources, collaborations, and knowledge that they wouldn't have access to otherwise. They understand that building relationships is not just beneficial, it's essential for success. Additionally, successful people embrace the habit of taking calculated risks. They understand that in order to achieve extraordinary results, they must be willing to step outside their comfort zones and take bold actions. But these risks aren't reckless. They are strategic. Successful individuals take the time to evaluate the potential risks and rewards, ensuring they make informed decisions. This habit of calculated risk-taking opens the door to growth and innovation, allowing them to seize opportunities that others might shy away from. Without the courage to take risks, success would remain out of reach. The habit of gratitude also plays a pivotal role in the success of high achievers. Successful people aren't just focused on accumulating wealth or status. They are grateful for the opportunities and experiences they've had along the way. They take time every day to reflect on what they're thankful for, recognizing that gratitude shifts their mindset toward abundance. When you're grateful for what you already have, you open yourself up to even more blessings. Gratitude breeds positivity, which in turn attracts success. It keeps them humble, grounded, and appreciative of the journey, no matter how difficult it may seem at times. Another important habit is consistency. Success doesn't come from sporadic bursts of effort. It comes from showing up consistently, day in and day out. Successful people understand the power of small daily actions that accumulate over time. They don't wait for motivation. They create it by making progress every single day. Whether it's working on a side project, exercising, or learning a new skill, consistency builds momentum. Even when they don't feel like it, successful people keep going because they know that success is the result of a steady, relentless effort. Lastly, successful individuals are committed to their vision and purpose. They have a deep understanding of why they do what they do. This sense of purpose drives them through the difficult times and fuels their motivation. When challenges arise, their vision keeps them focused on the bigger picture. They aren't distracted by temporary setbacks. They know that their ultimate goal is worth the struggle. This sense of purpose is what helps them endure, stay motivated, and ultimately achieve success. Without a clear vision, it's easy to lose direction, but with it, they can push forward with confidence and clarity. The final piece of the puzzle for successful people is their commitment to lifelong learning. Success is not a destination. It's a journey that requires constant growth and adaptation. The most successful individuals understand that they are never done learning. They seek knowledge from every possible source: books, podcasts, mentors, and even from their own experiences. They actively pursue new skills and perspectives, knowing that this continuous learning fuels their personal and professional development. This habit ensures that they stay relevant in their field and can navigate the inevitable changes that life brings. Another cornerstone of success is emotional resilience. Successful people are not immune to challenges, but they have mastered the art of bouncing back from adversity. They don't let failure define them. Instead, they use it as a stepping stone for improvement. When faced with rejection, disappointment, or setbacks, they tap into their emotional strength to recover quickly and keep moving forward. This ability to stay emotionally resilient in the face of hardship ensures that they can maintain their focus and stay on track toward their goals, no matter how tough things get. Emotional resilience is what allows them to weather the storms and continue thriving. Moreover, successful people practice intentionality. They don't just go through the motions of life. They live with purpose. They set clear, actionable goals and develop detailed plans to achieve them. Every decision they make is aligned with their long-term vision. Successful people know that a goal without a plan is just a wish, and a plan without intentional action is just a fantasy. They approach every day with a sense of intention, knowing that the choices they make today will shape their tomorrow. This habit ensures that they move forward in life with focus, determination, and clarity. One of the more underrated habits is the ability to practice patience. While ambition and urgency are key drivers of success, so is patience. Successful people know that significant achievements take time, and they are willing to put in the necessary work without rushing the process. They understand that true success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent effort, learning, and growth over time. Whether it's building a business, developing expertise in a field, or cultivating relationships, successful individuals have the patience to trust the process and allow their efforts to compound. They know that the rewards of success are worth the wait. Additionally, successful people have mastered the art of self-motivation. While external encouragement and support can be helpful, they don't rely on others to stay motivated. They find their own internal drive to push forward. This self-motivation comes from a deep sense of purpose and belief in their goals. They know that success is ultimately in their hands, and no one else can do the work for them. When motivation wanes, they tap into their own inner strength to keep moving, finding inspiration from their goals, their values, and their vision. Self-motivation is the engine that keeps them moving even when the road gets rough. A vital habit for success is being adaptable in the face of uncertainty.